Hi folks, I just want to talk about some very small hook spreaders for some small trout lures. Making these hook spreaders for a friend, so I just want to show him this way and waiting for approval to make some more. Alright, this is the first one, made of 1mm stainless steel wire. The hooks are supposed to be rigged with split rings, but I guess these turn out a little bit too large for the small lures my friend intends to make. See these the shanks from eye center to eye center is about 29 millimeters, 28 millimeters. So I've tried to make some smaller ones, and I came up with two styles actually. These are made of 0.8 millimeter stainless steel wire, and they measure from center eye to outer eye 18 millimeters. This one turned out a little bit uneven. I've made this one with a coil spring lock, so one can untwist it. Works like a screw actually. Now the hook is free, this little hooklet. You can slide down your hook, right? Slide it back, put it in the eye, and it's a bit finicky, but once this coil spring finds grip, you can twist it back and it's locked reliably. See? Well, did I say it? 18 millimeters. So I can make these ones smaller. The wire's not quite as rigid as the 1 millimeter, but I guess if I could try making these small ones out of 1 millimeter as well, but would turn out to look somewhat bulky, I guess. And for the purpose, the 0.8 millimeter should be okay. So anyway, this is the version with the coil spring lock, and I made another version which is a little bit more simple to furnish. These are just coils that you would slide upward to get the hook free. It must be more finicky once this thing is attached to a lure, but one can take pliers for assistance, I guess. And well, you see, take some, gotta twist it a bit, works, it's a bit hard. Well, as I said before, 18 millimeters from the, how much is it now? That's even a little less, 17, something like that. The hook does not reach the center, so if you attach one such a small hook on either side, they would never meet and not impossible to tangle, right? Here, this is actually how I bend the wire. Would first do the center eye around a 2 millimeter drill bit, which is clamped in a vise vertically, so you just wind the wire around. After, you would bend the U. First you need to mark with a felt pen the distance from the center eye, both sides equal. Then you bend a U and U, right? And then you bend it this way as shown here. So all you got to do, don't forget to slide over this coil, homemade wire coils, probably bigger Leader sleeves might work as well, but I don't have some, so I did the wire. I explain that later, how to do this wire coil. So you bend the wire like this, so you just close it. Would look like this then in the end. So that's how it looks when it's finished. Okay. I'm just putting up this video waiting for approval from my friend. Whether he's okay with these, then I will make some more. Alright, now about how to do the wire coils. I have here a 1.5 millimeter drill bit, which I clamp in the vise horizontally on one edge of the vise. So this hook goes in between the two clamps of the vise, so it's fixed. Then you start winding the wire around, coil against coil. Do not clamp the drill bit so far out of the vise, otherwise it might snap off because it's hardened steel. I snapped one actually today because I wanted to make a longer coil, but this coil is about, well, 17 millimeters. It's enough for one hook spreader. Cut it with side cutters in halves, and then it's okay. Well, these hook spreaders are supposed to be rigged over open screw eyes, which are screwed into the lure. So you can close them now, and should be okay this way. Well, I hope these are small enough. I can't go much smaller than this. Well, 16, 17 millimeters. Okay. Well, any more questions? I forgot one more thing. To make the coils for this coil spring lock here, I took the design over from glide bait leaders. I've also made detachable jig spinners this way. To furnish this kind of coil spring with the open coil, you would just wind them this way, as I said before, and you take the drill bit out, clamp one tag end into the vise, and use pliers and pull the whole thing apart gently, and use this wire as a measuring gauge, and pull it apart just far enough that the wire would fit in between the single coils, and then you're done. So it would look like this. Oops. Not further. You see, the wire fits in between. All you gotta do is you bend this hooklet downward, and that's the lock. This thing is reliable. If the wire is big enough, you can hang a shark on it. Won't open, no problem. Alright. Hope you got what I've tried to explain. These little hook hangers for small topwater lures, about, well, 70-80 millimeters in length. The lures are gonna be hook spreaders for trout topwater lures. If I get approval from my friends, I'll make some more. Either this type with the coil spring lock, or this one with the slide down coil. This one is also very reliable, and it's easier to build than this one. This one will take a few more working steps. Alright. Thanks for watching, folks. Goodbye.